Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. This is Sunday Satsang, November 23rd, 24th, 2024. And I was just a little introduction here. I heard from my teacher, and you probably heard also. Let me ask you a question, because you're going to ask me questions. So I'll start the questions by asking you. What are the two most difficult subjects or tattvas, spiritual subjects or tattvas to understand?
Guru Tattva and Shiva Tattva.
What did she say? Gopal.
Guru Tattva and Shiva Tattva.
Do you agree with that?
Yes.
The answer is given Guru Tattva and Shiva Tattva. Anyway, that's the truth. Whether you agree with it or not. That's the objective truth. Your subjective truth, they disagree. You're free, I respect your right to disagree. Because Shiva is like Vishnu and Shiva, and he's in between, and Guru is Krishna, and he's a mortal being, and he's also a god. And even in Shastras, when they talk about Guru, they say, don't see, Guru is God, but don't see him as although he's a mortal, material being, don't see him that way. That's the offense. He's representing, see him as God. Overlook and ignore the material aspect. So anyway, let's question. Sri Krishna, Baba. Good morning.
It's morning somewhere.
Yeah, it's bad. Can't hear just Kakadi calling Jatila. Jatila. You must have something cooking up there.
It's still in the oven. Could you ask someone else first?
Okay. Okay.
I'll let you know when the bell goes off.
Okay, I'm showing respect because you're the senior most person here.
Oh, that's sweet.
No, it's etiquette. I'm not that sweet. I try to follow etiquette.
Yeah, I'll forget I'm 10 if we keep doing that.
Yeah. Sure. I got it. Okay. Okay, question. No, sir. Yes.
Babaji Maharaj, 3 stages of Guru realization you mentioned. Do they have to happen in manifested form, or they can also continue into uppercut?
Can you repeat that question?
You mentioned 3 stages of how disciple realizes Guru. First,
Well, there's 3.
does it have to happen?
The
3 ways. Primary, middle,
Oh, yeah. That's it.
final.
Yeah, yes.
Does it have to happen in Guru's present manifested form, or it can carry into uppercut, especially the last stage of realization?
Yeah. Nice question. So the question is about understanding. We discussed about before in this Guru Tattva Nectar opening class about the 3 ways to see Guru, primary, middle, and final. So the question is asked, these perceptions and realizations, understandings of identity and relationship with Guru for each disciple, will you realize those while the Guru is living here on the planet in manifested form, or can you also realize some of these levels of attainment and relationship when the Guru enters uppercut Dham of Vrindavan, when he leaves this world? So the basic answer is this: the Guru never leaves the disciple. There's no uppercut and prakat. As soon as you take Diksha, the Guru is manifest with you in his fullest form. His His Guru Roop is not manifest, but the presence of the Guru never leaves the disciple. The body is material, so material things go through 6 changes, but the real transcendental relationship with Guru and disciple is not, it's just that. It's transcendental. It has nothing to do with the body. It's established through a body on a transcendental plane, but the real relation with transcendental is eternal. So that transcendence is nitya. So the sambandha with Guru is also nitya. So whether the Guru is visible on this planet or on this planet in another country, the Guru is always present in the mind and heart of the disciple. And the Guru's body disappears and he goes to another universe or the spiritual world, he's still eternally present in the mind and heart of the disciple. So anytime you can get any one of these 3 levels of experience, a relationship with the Guru, primary, middle, or final. That same question was asked by Prabhupada, who was crossing the street in 2nd Avenue in New York with Gargamuni and Chaturani, who's now Shamarani, Devi Dasi and Mukunda or something like that. And they asked him while they were crossing the street, do you feel separation from your Guru? Because this is 1966, and his Guru left in 1936 or December 31st. So it was like 30 years later. So 36 or 66, 30 years later, after Bhakti-siddhanta left, the disciples of Prabhupada asked him, you feel separated? He said, no, he's always with me. So we should have that bhav, have that feeling, have that connection. My Guru is always with me. Just a footnote to what you said. Nice question, thank you. BP.
Just following on from the theme of Shiva and Guru is inexplicable.
Yeah.
So should we try to understand Shiva? Should we try to understand Guru? Or should we just say, oh, we won't understand it anyway, so just leave it be and try to understand something else?
That's a great way to The question is asked because it's told by acharyas and gurus that the most difficult spiritual subjects or tattvas to understand are Guru Tattva and Shiva Tattva. So one devotee asked the question, since these are so difficult to understand, should we just forget about it and concentrate on Nam Tattva and Bhagavad Tattva and Jiva Tattva and Vaishnava Tattva and Sadhana Tattva, all these things? No, we should try to understand. These tattvas are described in Bhagavatam. I knew we study Bhagavatam. All Guru Tattva is revealed in Bhagavatam. And Guru Tattva and Shiva Tattva are described in Chaitanya Charitamrita and the Bhagavatam thoroughly. So by studying Bhagavatam with commentaries, you'll understand everything about Shiva Tattva. And if that's not enough for you, you can go to the website mahanidhibabaji.com mahanidhibabaji.com, and you can see a lot of audios there, about 5,000 audios. There's 60 folders. One folder is called Shiva Tattva. And there's 60 hours of Katha about Shiva Tattva. There's Shiva Tattva, there's Guru Tattva also. So you can say, of course, that's kind of redundant because you've been listening to that guy for a long time already. Maybe listen to somebody else now, I get tired of that guy. Shiva is Vaitacharya. Vaitacharya is Govishwara. I once asked my Gurudev, because Vaita is son of Shiva, so all forms of Shiva are amalgamated or expanded from son of Shiva. So I asked my Guru in a funny mood one day, because one thing, my Guru was very serious and sober, Pandit. surrounded by many Bengali Babajis. They're all scholarly and very, like, formal type. But I was the only Western disciple they initiated. There's some other person, but I don't count. I was the first one. There's only 2 Western disciples, and I'm one of them. Yeah. Oh, the first one. And the first they came to ask me for initiation. I said no. They went around the back door. They went around the back door and took from my group. And they told a lie to get initiated. They said, "Oh, I want to take from so and so, but he said that I should come to you because she was a little problematic." And Gurudev used to complain to me about why I sent her. I said I didn't. I didn't. Anyway, it's a long story. Where's the question? Where are we at?
Since Guru Tattva and Shiva Tattva are difficult to understand.
Well, we finished that.
One time he's in a funny mood. Gurudev is in a funny mood. You asked.
Oh yeah. Gurudev's in a funny mood. I lost my. Oh yeah. Thank you. Yeah, all the points are connected. The neurons are firing again, a little slowly. I had an excuse to old age or whatever. So I asked her, I said, can we see, because I would go to Gaudiya Mahadev in Vrindavan to do puja often. I said, can we see Gaudiya as a way to Charya? He said, he had this look on his face, he kind of laughed, because only I would ask such a question, he said, yeah, I guess. He said, why? He asked me why. I said, I don't know, it just came to my mind. So we were very friendly. It was my guru was like my grandfather. It was like that was the Bob. He's 102. He was 100. He was like 40, almost 40 years older than I am. So it was amazing. Anyway, thanks for that question. That's nice. It brought out that memory. That's what I like about it. Anything that puts you in connection with your Dikshaguru is good. It's very nice. Because, everyone has a Dikshaguru, but we kind of forget it. Like you have a heart in your body also, but you're not really so much thinking about your heart. It's just doing its work. Unless it stops, then you'll do something to get it going again. Hopefully. So we have our gurus, but we're not always remembering them or thinking of them. Because we have so many other things on our mind and doing. So when we have the opportunity to remember our guru, or someone says, sometimes people come to me of different gurus, and they ask me, do you have any pastimes with my guru? And mostly I have to say no, because I don't know many gurus, but some I have. And the disciples are very happy and excited to hear me tell about their guru. So it's nice. Well, I feel the same way. So any questions? How about the Russian question? Sergey. No. Yes. No. Okay. Da. Yes, Sri Krishna ji.
Yes, in the midday pastimes in Lalita Nanda Kunj, there's a real giant swing that holds like 24 of them or something.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea?
Eight doors.
Yeah, it's ridiculously large. Do you have any idea how this thing is functions? Like how they're swinging this huge thing, what it's hanging on, the mechanics?
Well, the thing is, if Krishna put this universe together and all these planets are spinning around, not bumping into each other, the question is, I have to repeat the question, as you always say that on the internet, they say, what's the question? The question is, no, I can't hope I remember that much. In Madan Lila and Krishna Nitya Lila, it describes a swing pastime, I don't know, maybe in Lita Kunda or something, Lita Kunj, and it describes a fantastic swing that has 8 doors, and there's 8 gopis or 10 or 6, I don't know, so many gopis, with each one swinging with Krishna. And so the question is asked is how is it functioning, how is it designed, or how is it swinging 8 doors, and how it has seats and footrest, it has backrest and footrest for each person to sit and swing, how does it move? So my answer was that if Krishna can put all these planets together and all these universes, they're not getting bumper to bumper traffic on the Bronx Expressway or whatever, Cross Bronx Expressway. They're not bumping into each other. They must have enough, engineering knowledge to make a swing that can sit 16 people. That's what it is. But it's interesting about this point up because I want to add a little something. Someone asked me a question. Now I'll ask Baba Sri Krishna's question. Now in Madan Lila, my turn, it describes Sadrituvan, 6 seasonal forests, Sadrituvan, and they're all described in the latest Kunj. So, what about the other Kunjas? Are there 6 seasonal forests?
Yes.
Why?
Because it makes sense. Why?
That's subjective view.
Well, in my personal understanding, each kunja is kind of like a microscopic of the other 8. So then each kunja will have aspects of all the others. So there might be 6 seasonal forests all in Radha Kunda, but then they're microscopically they're all in the Lita Kunda.
Yeah, you're right. Your answer is right.
Okay.
Because somebody asked me this question once, and I asked my guru, and he said, it's just only because if you look in Vrajavilas Stava, the Stavavali by Raghunath Goswami, or Krishna Bhavanamrita, or any book of Asikara, it describes that Sadrituvan, the 6 seasonal forests, is only in the Kunja of the Lita. That's what Shastra said. But my guru said, every kunja has 6 seasonal forests because we're members of Vishaka's Sakhigan. So what about Vishaka? She'll want to entertain Krishna in her 6 seasonal forests in her kunja. So like you said, it makes sense because whatever service, Lalita Sakhi has a kunja and she's offering service to Krishna in 6 seasonal forests. So it means Tungavidya, Chitra, Champak, Rangadevi, Sudevi, Vishaka. There are also other 6 seasonal forests they're also offering. And somebody asked me another question. Are the 6 seasonal forests of Radha, do they extend up to Govardhan? Because someone read somewhere this idea. My guru said, he said there are 6 seasonal forests all over Vrindavan. The 6 seasonal forests in Vrindavan Radha Kunda are just around Radha Kunda, Shamakund. They're just around the Radha Kunda, the 6 seasonal forests. And all the Sakhi Kunjas, which are also in Shamakund, Sakhi Kunjas. And he said, Govardhan and Manasikanga, there are other 6 seasonal forests. In Vrindavan, everywhere there's 6 seasonal forests. Because at any time of the day, wherever Radha and Krishna are, maybe they want a mango. And it's January, 5 degrees. The mangoes are sleeping. All the trees sleep in the winter in Braj. They're sleeping. That's why you can cut the branches in the winter, because they're all in the roots. They all go down to the roots. There's no karma if you cut branches in the winter. Anyway, so it's an idea, a subject. So I just want to add that to the discussion of Madan Lila. There are individual 6 seasonal, so anywhere they want to have a mango in the middle of winter, and all of a sudden their mango trees are in the summer forest. And Krishna said, it's really cold, man. It's so cold in this winter forest. Oh, walk a few more feet. 35 degrees. Die.
Having a snowball fight in the summer would be nice.
Yeah, they can do that too.
Yeah.
Snowball fight in the summer.
Yeah.
That's what Baba said. He said, it'd be fun to have a snowball fight in the summer. Okay. Not me, no thanks. I had enough of a snowball fight. There's one sun scar I didn't develop. We did plenty of it. I grew up in New Jersey. There's no shortage of snowball fights. Especially when you had 2 big brothers. I ate so much humble snow. We say humble pie. I humble snowballs in my face for my big brothers. In my spiritual world, there's no snowballs. They're not allowed in my spiritual world. My brother's spiritual world is snowballs. Well, I'm not going with it. Question. You had a question?
From my friend.
Okay.
And, she asked, how is the story of the commentary of Vilapa Kusumanjali that Bandur came and stole the notebook? So how, the tales of
What?
the tales of how the commentary of Vilapa Kusumanjali was born.
Why I can't hear what she's saying.
She's asking about the story of the monkey taking all the copies of Vilapa Kusumanjali commentary classes of Gopal Goswami. Went to some Babaji and then that whole Ananda
Gopal Goswami was giving a lecture in Dhamma.
Yeah, 1950.
And then
I know the story.
Yeah, she was asking about that.
Yeah, thank you. Questions asked about Vilapa Kusumanjali to compile the commentary. Ananda Babaji, of course, he's a great pundit and scholar himself. He also consulted the commentaries of Madhusudan Das Adhikari and a person by the name, a Vaitavacharya named Prabhupada Ananda Gopal Goswami. And he utilized these commentaries. So the question is asked, how did Ananda Babaji get these commentaries? So first of all, Ananda Gopal Goswami, he was born in Vrindavan. He grew up for 15 years in Vrindavan. He was born down near Rangaji Mandir. There's a temple there with an Advaita Vamsacharya living there now. Did you go there? No, I went there myself one time, with some other people. Anyway, so he moved to Navadvip after 15 years. But in 1950, he was here in Kartik at Radha Damodar giving classes on Vilapa Kusumanjali, very rusty classes. He's the first Acharya in the Gaudiya Sampradaya to introduce the idea of Manjari Sevas in relation to the Manjari pastimes and Leelas and commenting on Vilapa Kusumanjali. Vilapa Kusumanjali is a 500-year-old book, and these commentaries were given in 1950. So when Ananda Gopal Goswami gave these commentaries, they were revolutionary. No one ever heard these concepts before. That's why Anandas was so keen to absorb these and utilize them in his commentary on Vilapa Kusumanjali, which is one poem from Stavavali collection by Raghunath Das Goswami. So in the audience at that time, there was in the audience taking notes, handwritten notes, was a devotee named the brother of Madrasi Krishna. What's his name?
Madrasi Krishnadas Babaji.
Yeah, well, it's brother of Madrasi Krishnadas. I don't know his name, but anyway, he was a Babaji. He was taking notes, but he's from South India. His language is Tamil. He took notes in Tamil, which is all like circle type. It's not like Hindi, Bengali. It's all circles, like Aristan language. So he had this notebook, and what happened was, when he had a kutir down that side, so he, at the end of Karti, he was living there, and one monkey jumped in his kutir and stole his notebook with a commentary in Tamil language and ran away. And that notebook was dropped in the courtyard of some Goswami from Radha Mandir living down in that side of Vrindavan. So it's a very interesting story. So Anantadas Babaji heard about how did it go? It's like a little confusing. How it goes. Monkey stole it, went there, and then Anantadas Babaji was a good friend of Madrasi Krishnadas, and he said, "Do you know anything about Nanda Gopal Goswami gave these classes? Did you know anybody that attended those?" He said, "My brother attended them." And he took notes. So he called his brother, and he said, "Someone stole my notebook." So then somehow the brother came to know that this Goswami had a notebook, and he was living, the Goswami's house was nearby the Baba's house who lost the notebook. So one day the Baba went and said, "Did you find my notebook?" He said, "Yeah, I found it, but I'm not going to give it to you. It fell in my courtyard." And so then, and this is a very esoteric subject. I'm keeping this notebook. So then the Baba, Madrasi Krishnadas Baba, this is how I remember it, maybe wrong, but his brother said, you don't know Tamil language, it's no use to you. You know Hindi, Sanskrit, and Bengali, you can't read it, give it back to me. So he gave it back to him. But he gave me a condition. He said, "I'll give it back to you, but don't translate it into Hindi, because it's too confidential." Somehow he had that idea, because this Goswami apparently attended those Vila Kusuma class himself. So what happened is that Madrasi Krishna's got the notebook from his brother, and he can read Tamil, because Anantadas couldn't read it, so he translated it, and Anantadas took notes in Bengali and made the commentary about Kuswandi. That's what I remember, maybe not exactly correct, give or take, Basically, that's what happened. Madrasi Krishnadas translated it. This part I think is correct. Anantadas took notes and used that to formulate his commentary on Vila Kuswanja. That's the story. So we're indebted to many people. We're indebted to Nanda Gopal Goswami, Anantadas Babaji Maharaj, Madrasi Krishnadas' brother, and the Radhaman Goswami, and the monkey who stole the notebook. We're grateful and indebted to all of them. I admit I don't remember the story particularly. I have a rough idea. I gave it basically something like that. Another question? What time is it now?
4:11.
4:11. You have a question? Yeah.
Is it bona fide to worship the Giriraj Lila as Radharani?
What do you say?
No. Chaitanya Maharaj. I don't know.
That's the best answer. The question is it, I don't know, it's bona fide, that's the right ISKCON language. Is it bona fide? Is it bona fide to worship a Gaudiya Shila as Radharani? First of all, devotion is subjective. Devotion is love. Love for God. There are infinite living entities, infinite number of living entities, infinite number of human beings, infinite forms of Godhead. So in the field of transcendence, transcendental reality can manifest anywhere, anytime, anyhow. Yayatam mam prapadyante tam sataya vajamiham mama vardmana vartante manasham partasarvasya. 4:11 Gita, Krishna says, as you surrender unto me, I reward you accordingly. So transcendence, the transcendental absolute reality, absolute truth, Krishna, Bhagavan, can manifest anywhere in anything. He can manifest from that column. Do you believe that? He's called Nrsingadev, Narahari Bhagavan. He's fully Bhagavan. He's called Parakasta Avatar. Ram Nrsinga and Krishna called Parakasta Avatar, described in Lagu Bhagavatamrita. They're all equal power of Godhead, but there's a different presentation of ras and sweetness and beauty of form. Ram, they're all three are in the same category of avatars described by Rupa Goswami. Nrsingadev, Ramchandra, and Krishna. So the question regarding worshiping one Shila as Radharani, it comes under the category of subjective viewpoint. If you have that bhav, then Radharani will manifest through that Shila. You can't, as far as you want Shastric support and Shastric reference, basically, we're Gaudiya Vaisnavas. So who's our God? Our God is Radha and Krishna. When they're two, when they're one, they're Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Gauranga Mahaprabhu is Krishna with the bhav and color of Radharani. Because the color of the bhav is golden. So automatically, if you have Mahabhav, you're going to be golden color. Because the color of Shringarati and Mahabhav of Radharani is molten gold. So all the gopis are some kind of goldish color, reddish gold, greenish gold, etc. Because they all have the ability to have some experience of Mahabhav. So Shastra, so Lord Chaitanya is our God. He introduced the worship of Gauranga. But did he introduce worship of Gauranga as Radharani? What is the answer? No. So who is the Adi Guru of Gaudiya Sampradaya? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He introduced the worship of Gauranga as Sakshat Prajendra Nandan Sri Krishna. This is right from the Chaitanya Charitamrita onto chapter 6, when Das Goswami was given this Gauranga Shila person worship by Lord Chaitanya. He said, worship this Shila as Krishna with 8 tulsi mandaris, bathe them with water, offer him 8 tulsi mandaris, and offer him a sweet, some kind of sweet, rock candy or sweet or anything sweet. And this gunjamala, these red and black berries, dried seeds actually, maybe not berries, you can't eat them, they're poisonous seeds. These red and black seeds, these represent Radhika Charan, the lotus seed of Radharani. That's the way to worship Gauranga according to Shastra. Many great devotees in ISKCON, they worship 2 Shilas. I can just say that's subjective. You can't find Shastra to support that idea. But it goes on quite a lot. Many devotees do like that. I asked my guru about it, and he said, we don't find support from that, from Shastra. So my guru today was following Shastra. Jiva Goswami describes 2 types of devotees. Vichar Pradhan, Rishi Pradhan. Vichar Pradhan and Rishi Pradhan. It's in Bhakti Sandarbha. And it's in two parts, published by Satyanarayan Das. It's in part number 2. Vichar, I think Vichar.
It says 2 types of faith, Guru, Laukik Shraddha and Shastrik Shraddha.
Which are the
It says that, but that is like
No,
Vaidhi Bhakti and Agamic Bhakti.
that's showing us something different. There's a different concept. It's called Pradhan. Pradhan is there. In other words, two types of devotees. Some devotees, Bhakti, Pradhan means predominated by, ruled over by, controlled by. It's controlled by their ruchi, by their taste, their personal attachment and taste. The other is consideration of Shastra. Vichar Pradhan means consideration, the examination, the opinion, the viewpoint, the conclusion of Shastra. So my Gurudev was this Vichar Pradhan type of viewpoint. He said, if it's in Shastra, we follow it. If it's not, we don't follow it. So that's my answer. I wouldn't worship a Guru and Srila as Radharani because my Gurudev did. When I asked him about that, he said worship as Krishna. So best thing, you have a Guru, you're initiated, ask your Guru what he thinks of this and follow his lead. Because all puja of a disciple, it goes through the mercy of Guru. Because Guru gives you Diksha mantra, Gopal mantra, which is required to do puja. When you receive Gopal mantra, then you can do puja of a Murti, Shalagram Shila, Gaurang Shila, etc. Radha Krishna Gauranitai. That's described in Hari Bhakti Vilas. When you take Diksha, you have to do puja. They go hand in hand. Diksha means receiving Gopal mantra as far as Gaudiya Sampradaya. And generally, Vaishnavas in general, when they take Diksha, it means receiving Gopal mantra. 8-syllable Gopal mantra, or 10-syllable Gopal mantra like Gopal Kumar and Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Narada Muni got Om Namo, the mantras in the first canto of Bhagavatam. He got Diksha mantra, Diksha, from the rishis he served during Chaturmasya. It has the 4 names of Chaturvyuha in it. So I forget what it is. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya and Pradyumna and Aniruddha and all that. All the 4 Chaturvyuha are in the mantra. That was his Diksha mantra. That's what he chanted all the time. You have Gaurang Shila?
And they are giving me, one devotee gave me 3 to choose from. But my first thought was that I want Radha and Krishna, so I would take 2. But then I had this question in my mind that if I should or not.
You have a Diksha Guru, so best you follow the teaching of your Diksha Guru. Because Jiva Goswami also said you take Shiksha from some other person, that teaching of that Shiksha Guru should amplify, clarify, and support the teaching of your Diksha Guru. That's, I don't say 283, I think it's 283 in Bhakti Sandarbha, section 283. So you have a Diksha Guru, so regarding the worship of Radha and Krishna and Gaurang Shila, it should be confirmed by him. Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. Sham. Any other comment or any question? Yeah.
Babaji Maharaj, you mentioned the disciple must accept the internal aspect of the Guru, not external.
Not must, but it's nice to try to search that out.
So this is my question. If disciple is, let's say, ignorant in the beginning, it will take some time to realize his Guru's internal mood. So on what basis can he accept the Guru then? If all he has is just an external vision, external view, and external understanding.
So what is the actual question? How to choose a guru, or?
How he can choose the right guru if he doesn't have this realization of guru's internal aspect. If he's on external level and can see everything just externally.
The disciple.
Let's say, Kanish the disciple.
So if I heard right, let me repeat the question if I understand it, and we'll try to get the question correct first. If a disciple is searching for a guru, he won't really, because he doesn't know that guru, he won't know what the sthai of the guru is. Is that what you're saying? So how will he decide whether or not to take diksha from that guru? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's...
Well, I think you have to back this up a little bit. First of all, the disciple, if he's looking for a guru, it would be very helpful if that disciple, if that candidate had an idea of how he or she wants to love and serve Krishna in the spiritual world. In other words, they have some intimation or some idea of the sthai that they're attracted and like, which is basically the seed point or beginning point of Raganuga Bhakti. So that's like a pretty big jump to start looking for a guru. So I'm not clear exactly the angle you're because the best thing would be a disciple if he knew how he wanted to love and serve Krishna, he or she. And then you find a guru that represents that. So how do you know the sthai of the guru you're looking for? You have to, that may not be, that'd be a little hard. But you can ask him. Generally, you can't, it's like Srivasacharya, I think it was in Puri Lila, everyone was glorifying Lord Chaitanya, chanting Lord Chaitanya's glories, and Srivas came outside Gambhira and put his hands up to the sun like this. He tried to cover the sun. I think it's Srivas or someone from Puri. Lord Chaitanya said, what are you trying to do? I said, I'm trying to cover the sun. Oh, you can't, it's all light, it's daylight. He said, well, it's like you're trying to cover, you're not God, you're not Krishna. You're trying to hide, you're saying you're a devotee of Krishna, you're just a Brahmin, you're just a sannyasi, you're not God, the only anybody glorifying was Bhagavan or Ishvara or anything, or Gauri Krishna or anything. So it's if I can't cover the sun, you can't cover your identity. So if you have a sthai, a guru has a sthai, the guru won't be able to cover it. You'll be able to see what the sthai of the guru is. The guru lives in Gokul, and he has a D of Gopal on his altar. So what's the sthai? He's a Ballavacharya follower, So the guru has a temple. Inside the temple there's a Chitra Murti, a Murti of a picture. He worships a picture. It's a picture of Radharani. So is he a coward boy? Could be. Maybe Priyanarmasaka, who knows? And he lives in Radha Kunda. There's a good chance that he's worshipping Radharani in Manjari Bhav, Gopi Bhav. So anybody comes in through this door, they know what they're getting into. They know there's a trap set for them. But generally, you don't know your own sthai because you don't have one. Jivas don't have sthai. We're eternally in this material world, and we get sthai by sadhusanga. basically from Guru. The Guru has a big influence on the Sairati of the disciple. Generally, the Sairati of the Guru is transmitted through mantra, through kripa, through diksha, through shiksha to the disciple. It's like, that's how it works. I think the best way to find the proper guru is pray and pray like anything. Pray to Krishna. Because every devotee wants to attain Krishna. Krishna's the goal. Krishna Bhakti, Krishna Prem. Prema Maharaj Mahan, Krishna Prem is the goal. So praying to Krishna is the best way to find the Guru. And then the next thing is the Shabda. Hear from the Guru. How does the vibration of the Guru move your heart and mind towards Krishna? How does it increase your attraction and attachment for Krishna? Because any guru should represent three things. You should represent the wisdom of Krishna, the mercy of Krishna, and the love of Krishna. Guru should represent these things. So now you have 100 gurus, Gaudiya Vaisnava gurus. They're all representing the wisdom of Krishna, the love of Krishna, the mercy of Krishna, to a lesser or greater degree, depending on their degree, the level of their Krishna Bhakti. You know, how much they have ruchi or sakti, praying, whether they have bhav. So now you have to hear the vibration. What is the Shabda? How does it move your heart? How does it move your mind? How does it push you, increase your faith, your Shraddha? Because the Guru's vibration and sound vibration is supposed to increase your faith in Shastra. Shastriya Shraddha. Because the most important thing to make advancement in Bhakti is faith in Shastra. If you have faith in Shastra and faith in Guru, you'll be successful. So Shraddha is the beginning. Ado Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sangha. Guru Goswami says, Ado Shraddha Sadhu Sangha. Bhajana Kriya. So Shraddha, faith. There's Lokik Shraddha and Lokik transcendental faith, Alokik Shraddha. Yes.
I have a question about the three bhavas, Radha, Sneha, Adhika, what we spoke about here in Kartik. And I'm wondering, is it something that it can change, that we have first ego attraction and then at one point maybe it can change, or is it something what is fixed in our soul?
What did you say? I can't hear very well, so
So as there are three types of devotees, bhavas, Radha, Krishna Snehalika, Radha Snehalika, and Samasneha. So does it change? Like initially it's not there, but as one advances it will come.
question is asked about the different types of affection towards Radha and Krishna among the sadhana siddhas or nitya siddhas, associates in Madhurati in Goloka Vrindavan. So there's 5 types of sakhis. They have different types of emotional temperament. It's called sneha. Sneha means affection. Very fluid, smooth affection. Sneha means oily, actually. Sneha comes from the word snigdha. Snigdha means oily, slippery. So a very smooth flow. So there's Radha Snehadik, have more extra affection for Radharani. There's Krishna Snehadik, and there's Sama Sneha, means equal affection for Radha and Krishna. More for Radha, more for Krishna. So generally the Astasakis of Radharani, they have Sama Sneha, although there's some exceptions. And the Manjaris as a category, the Pran Sakhis and Nitya Sakhis, they're called the Manjaris. They have Radha Snehadi. They have more affection for Radharani. So your question is, our Swarup and all these different things you're asking. The Swarup of a Manjari is Radha Snehadi. So whatever your Swarup is as a Manjari is Radha Snehadi. That seems to be fixed in Manjaris, the Radha Sneha. Manjari is synonymous with Radha Snehadi. This applies to the other Sakhis. There's Sakhis like Vrindadevi and Dhanishta are Sakhis, but not Manjaris. And Vrindadevi, what is her Sneha? You have any idea?
Krishna.
Krishna Sneha. What about Dhanishta?
Krishna Sneha.
Yukla.
Dhanishta Sakhi. She lives in Nandagram. She's Krishna Sneha. Home team. She takes his remnants and gives it to Rupanjari. Rupanjari brings it to Yavat and gives it to Radharani. So you don't have to worry so much about that. When your guru gives you your siddhya or Krishna gives you your siddhya, he'll tell you, you're Radha Snehadi. So that's it. Don't crack your head about it. There's three things less to worry about. Don't worry about Krishna Sneha, Radha Sneha, Sama Sneha. It's already stamped. Radha Sneha, Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. Sold to the lady of red shutter, 2,000 euros. Next, for auction. Go with it. Okay. What's going on? Question? Any question? Raise your hand.
So, in the introduction to Anantadas Babaji's glorification of Radha Kunda and the heritage, there's a symptom that says, if we want to overcome the first offence of blaspheming Vaishnavas, we have to see every other living entity as a transcendental being that's perfected their lives. So how do we integrate that in our lives to see everyone, every living entity as like they've already achieved spiritual perfection?
Does he say, because I had a book in my library, I don't remember, does he say, see every living entity in Vrindavan or in general?
In Vrindavan.
Okay, so the question is, in one book about the heritage and basically kind of history book of Radha Kunda, the Radha Kunda Gadi, which means the sitting place of Raghunath Das Goswami. It's the history of different Mahants of Radha Kunda, what problems they faced and what sevas they did for the service of Radha Kunda. It's sort of like a history book, actually. And there's some title of that also. So in the very beginning, Anantadas is quoting, I don't know if the verse is quoted there, a Sanskrit verse, but there's two Sanskrit verses from Vrindavan Mahimamrita, 17th Sataka, verse 80, like 94, 96, right towards the end of the Sataka and the end of the book. And these two particular verses that are quoted there in many places, what I mean to say, these two verses are every year quoted. Every year that Anantadas Babaji gave lectures in Kartik, Radha Kunda, for the past 50 years, he quoted these two verses during the course of the 30-day lecture to Radha Kunda. And these verses are by Prabodhananda Saraswati, Vrindavan Mahimamrita. And these verses say, unless and until, they basically both say the same thing. You can see all the residents of Vrindavan have Satchidananda Vigraha, this Sanskrit says like this. There's transcendental Satchidananda Vigraha, transcendental spiritual bodies. You cannot become a offenseless Vaishnava. and attain spiritual perfection. So the question is asked on the basis of these verses, how is that possible to see the monkey that just stole my glasses as a transcendental see this true? That's your question. Or a dog that just bit me. Yeah. That's a good question. I've been living here since 1994 in Radha Kunda. I'm trying to understand that. I think you just have to just try to appreciate that they're made of something different than me. In other words, they're made. What are we made of? We're made of our samskars. Our samskars determine our nose and our body, our birth, our gender. Everything is determined by our samskars, our svabha, our guna and karma from last life determine this life. So all that's called the substance we're made of. We got a birth here or there. So whoever it is, dog, monkey, cow, pig, human being, and born in Radha Kunda, they're made of a different substance. Substance means different samskaras, different punya, karmas, and different good things they did. They got birth here. So they're made of different stuff than we are. That's the way I see it. I should think this dog, we have dogs in Australia, we have dogs in Mexico, we have dogs in India, we have dogs in America, but we don't have dogs like Radha Kunda dogs. Radha Kunda dogs are different. Radha Kunda dogs eat tomatoes. Try feeding a tomato to your dog in Germany. You think he'll eat it?
Eat the hand. Eat the hand.
Huh?
It will eat the hand.
Eat the hand. That's true. Not the tomato, bite your hand for a... So, but dogs in Radha Kunda, there's 5, 6 dogs, there's a whole tomato parampara. There's 5 or 6 dogs, they'll eat 10 kilos of tomatoes, you feed it to them. Feed it 1 tomato, 2 tomatoes, 3 tomatoes. They'll just keep eating tomatoes. So what kind of dog is that? That's a Radha Kunda dog. That's a transcendental dog. So the idea is just try to see that there's different types of entities. So show utmost respect and regard. That's the idea. The reason that Anantadas repeatedly quotes these verses is that people probably respect the Vaishnavas. Because when the Bengalis come for Kartik, they often get in arguments with Vrishvasis. Because Vrishvasis and Bengalis are kind of enemies to each other. They don't like each other. So Vrishvasis can insult the Bengali Yatris, there's no problem, they're Dhamvasis. But the problem is for the Bengali Yatris to offend the Dhamvasis. So that's the background of these verses. These verses, because this book was originally written in Bengali, this Radha Kunda Heritage book. It was only recently translated, the last 10 years. It was written 50 years ago. It's a very old book in Bengali. I had the Bengali book in my cabinet. Because I had somebody translate it before it was in English. So this idea, the reason he's quoting these verses is you have to understand, because one thing when you read a book, you have to understand not what the person says, but it's the intention of the author. If you don't know the intention of the author, it's hard to get the meaning of the book. So you read his verses in this heritage book about Radha Kunda, and you think it means it's a very important instruction about Vaishnava behavior. That if I don't see all the dogs as siddhas, then I won't be able to attain Krishna. That's what you're afraid of. So you're asking the question, how can I start to see the dogs having siddha? That's not the intention of why he's quoting this verse. The intention is the Bengalis who read the book in Bengali will not offend the Pandits, not offend the Radha Kunda Vasis, especially the Brahmins. That's the intention. Because I know that this is standard, because I live in this village since 1994, so I know this rivalry is there. and there's so much offense that goes on by the Bengali Yatris to the Pandits, etc. And the Bengalis curse them and call them all kinds of bad names. And that's their right, because they're Dhamvasis. They're masters of Gali Bhasha. Gali Bhasha means masters of dirty words. Hindi Gali means dirty words. Gali Bhasha. So the Brahmins, they cut the Bengali Yatris to bits. They say, you guys eating fish yesterday, you got on the train, you come here for Kartik, and you give a fish for 1 month, you think you're a big bhakta. They laugh at them. Because it's true. Most of the Bengalis that come here for Kartik eat fish when they go back to Bengal. You don't know, you're a new kid, you don't know much, but this is the fact.
It is their staple food actually. They eat.
It's a staple food. So there's all this, so this is the intention of the author, is he doesn't want the Vaishnavas, it's a message, because this book is in Bengali and English, I don't know if it's in Hindi. It's a message to the Bengali Bhaktas, because he repeats every Kartik class, he says he's saying 2 verses. He said, be careful, don't offend the Brajvasis, because the Brajvasis are worshipable by the Bengalis. Any Brajvasi in this village is worshipable. No matter what he says, he can curse me and tell me anything, he beat me, I still have to worship him. So this verse is to try to protect us from making Vaishnava aparadh. That's the intention. It's not to try to see the dogs as manjaris. Oh, to see a dog, oh Devi Dasi. Monkey steals her glasses. Oh, manjari, give me my glass back. You throw a rock at the monkey, get a slingshot, hit the monkey, give my glass, you bum. I had a slingshot. I asked my girl once, I said, I have a slingshot. The monkeys come and break all the flowers and tells me, can I shoot them? They're Brajvasi. You know, they have siddhas, you know. Can I shoot them? Yeah, of course, shoot them. But I have to admit, I've been shooting monkeys for 20 years. I've been living in this kunja. I've been shooting with slingshot. I haven't hit a monkey once. I just pick up little stones here and there in the garden. And they go, the monkey goes, he ducks, you know, it goes over his head. I never hit a monkey once. Yes, we're both shooting. He hasn't hit it once, I haven't hit it. It's like a joke. They just look at us. Sometimes they steal a slingshot also. They jump down and steal it, and we find them in the roof somewhere. They make fun of us. Steal our slingshot. What time is it now? I feel tired. It must be 5 o'clock.
4:45.
5:40.
What?
15 minutes to go.
Thank you. That's the way to say it. Question. You think everybody from Bengal is a saint, but it's not like that. You know some Bengali saints, okay, that's your good fortune. But there's 7,000, 8,000 people come here from Bengal. And believe me, they're not all pure vegetarians. There may be great devotees, all that, but there's a lot more that you don't know. So this is, so much of this is India, you know, you're this, you're that, you know. You're from UP, you're good. You're from Haryana, you're no good. You're from one state over, you're no good, you know. You're from that side of the road, that's Rajasthan, this side of the road is UP. You're my enemy, you're from Rajasthan, you know. Other side of the road. It's like that. You know? There's a line, this is Germany, this is France. Are they friends? I don't think so. They're still suffering from World War II. German, British and Germans and French and this and that. likes and dislikes. Anything more? We'll end here. There's no more questions. Anywhere internet? Look at, you're right there. Look and see what's going on.
Yes. Radhe Radhe, could you please share more glory of Radha Damodar temple?
Radha Damodar temple. Go to Amazon.com, look up a Mahanidhi Swami page. There's a book called Prabhupada at Radha Damodar. It's a very nice book. It costs like 80 rupees or something on net. You get a Kindle book or go to a bookstore and buy it in Vrindavan. Radha Damodar I lived there for 3 years in Prabhupada's kitchen, 1989 to 1992. It's one of the original 7 Goswami temples of Vrindavan. And it was established by Jiva Goswami, and the deity of Damodar was given to him by Rupa Goswami, and Prabhupada went and did bhajan there. And in Radha Damodar temple in his kitchen, one day he had darshan of Rupa Goswami, and he told this fact to Hari Sari when Hari Sari was massaging him one night. And I interviewed Hari Sari for my book, and Hari Sari, it was Hari Sari or Hari Kesh Maharaj, was a servant of Prabhupada, and Prabhupada told him, one day when I was sitting in my kitchen, and I was taking my prasadam, and Rupa Goswami appeared to me in the kitchen. And he told me, when I was in the Radha Damodar temple, he told me, Swamiji, don't worry, you go to the West and preach, you'll be successful, because I, myself, and all the 6 Goswamis will be right behind you. So that was told directly by Prabhupada, and later a painting was made of that. I think the original painting is in the apartment of Gargamuni in Vrindavan, Gargamuni Das, of Prabhupada sitting in his kitchen and Rupa Goswami standing next to him and speaking. So that's something about Radha Damodar temple. It's a very wonderful temple. Inside the temple they have the Gaudiya Shila that was given directly by Bhagavan Sri Krishna to Sanatana Goswami. For some few months, Sanatana Goswami lived at Manasi Ganga because in ancient Puranas, Adi Pran and Adi Vraha Pran, it describes Gaudiya Prikrama, how it should be performed. It said you should perform Gaudiya Prikrama starting at Manasi Ganga and ending at Manasi Ganga. You bathe in Manasi Ganga, you take darshan of Hari Dev, and then you go around and end at Manasi Ganga. So he lived at Manasi Ganga and did Gaudiya Prikrama for some time. And Giriraj felt compassionate for him, and Krishna appeared to Sanatana Goswami and was standing on a shield and said, take this shield. This shield will contain my footprint and the calf's footprint and my flute, impression of my flute and stick. You take this and you prickle this. That'll be equal to a Gaudiya prickle. So that Gaudiya shield is inside the temple of Radha Damodar. You know, darshan on that. So, Radha Damodar is a special place where Prabhupada started writing Bhagavatam. And the first Bhagavatam was offered, the first Bhagavatam that was published in Delhi in 1965, first canto, volume 1, was offered to Radha Damodar in that temple, and I have it in my hands. And it's autographed by Srila Prabhupada. It says on the occasion, and his handwriting is in the book, Prabhupada's handwriting. It says on the occasion of the Tiro Bhavutsa of Sri Jiva Goswami, I am presenting this Bhagavatam, first printing of Bhagavatam to Radha Damodar Jew. And it has date 1965. that book I have with me. So that was a gift of Radha Damodar. Thakurji Radha Damodar gave me that book. So that's a priceless book. It's the first Bhagavatam ever printed by Prabhupada. He brought it from the printer and offered it to Radha Damodar. And that's a great treasure. So Prabhupada gave me the name Mahanidhi, which means great treasure. So he gave the great treasure as his Prabhupada's first Bhagavatam with his own handwriting and own signature. A.C. Bhaktivedanta says. I give darshan, like we show Rarani's Charan Darshan Gopastami, Subhavesh. So I give darshan of Prabhupada's Bhagavatam on his Tirava every year. So if you're lucky, you can see it. For a small donation. No, it's free. It's free. Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. Prasadam.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.